Okay, as you can see, the engine is heavily shaking. As you can see, spark is occurring in number 1, number 2 and number 1 cylinder, as you can see. Now I'm going to delete all fault codes and move this ignition coil with the spark plug to number 3 and number 2 ignition coil with spark plugs to number 4. These are the spark plugs which I have removed. As you can see, this is spark plug number 1, and this is 2. This is 3, but as you can see, the spot, I'm not sure, that could be due to the high temperature or whatever. And this is the 4th one, but actually the carbon is not built on any of them. Hello and welcome to our channel again. Today we have a different car, which is a Toyota Estima, imported from Japan, and the vehicle was brought yesterday on a recovery truck. So the customer complains that the engine is heavily shaking, and even the steering wheel is vibrating when the engine is running. So this vehicle is Toyota Estima Hybrid Synergy drive, and I think because it's an imported vehicle and it has not got any detail in the to data in the UK. So I think when I check the engine code, so I'm going to show you the engine code as well. So the engine code is 2AZ-FXE. So this is going to be 2.4, and the customer explained the problem that somebody, I'm not sure whether it was customer or customer relatives, trying to top up the oil level. So unfortunately, anybody who was topping up the oil level, they put, according to the customer saying, pour 4.5 liters of oil, and the customer then start his journey or their journey from London to Leicester. So when they approach near to the Leicester city, and the engine management light comes on and the engine started shaking heavily. So then they brought the vehicle here, but I haven't scanned the vehicle because as soon as I turned the power on and put the vehicle on ready mode, So the engine start and it's shaking heavily. So now I'm going to show you that. So how the engine is shaking. Then I'm going to scan the vehicle and see that what fault code can we retrieve from the engine ECU or engine control unit. Okay, now I'm going to put the vehicle or engine on ready mode. If the engine started, and you will see how the engine is heavily shaking. Okay, as you can see, the engine is heavily shaking because the video is going to reduce the shaking level. Okay, now I'm going to turn the engine off and scan the vehicle. Okay, as you can see, the scanner is showing Toyota Estima Hybrid vehicle, and the model code is AHR20. So I'm going to select OK. Okay, I'm going to go to the engine ECU. Okay, as you can see, cylinder 1 is misfiring, 2 is misfiring, so random multi cylinder misfire detected. So in the engine ECU there are 7 fault codes or 7 DTCs. So I think because I have not checked the spark plugs, in my opinion this is going to be that the oil has burned out in the combustion chamber, and then the oil has created carbon, and that how made the spark plug straight away short to ground. So anyway, I have not checked yet, but in my opinion, as according to my experience, this is going to be the case. So because the customer said that I order someone member of family and to top up or put or friend, but I cannot remember these 2 words, whether it was his family members or it was his friends, but they say I told them to top up. But when the problem occurs, when I asked him what did you do to the vehicle, and he said that I have put 4.5 liters of oil into the engine, and now when I started the vehicle I can feel a strong smell of raw fuel at the back of the engine, and that it means that the fume coming out of the exhaust. So anyway, first I'm going to remove the spark plug straight away. I'm not going to check the coil or whatever. I'm going to check the condition of the spark plugs, and I'm going to share that with you as well, and see what's the situation of the spark plugs inside the cylinder head, or that will tell what's going on in the combustion chamber. Okay, before working on electric or hybrid vehicle, make sure 100% that the power is off. Then you need to take the key approximately 10 meters or more than that away from the vehicle, as you can see. So the key is here and the vehicle is over there. So this distance is 13 meters. So I have brought the key, store it here, 13 meters away from hybrid vehicle. So, and also I've turned the power off, ignition power off, and brought the key here. Then I removed spark plugs from the vehicle. This is spark plug of number 1 cylinder. Okay. This is clean. I'm not sure. So I'm going to check the resistance of the spark plug. So I'm going to remove first 4 of them. Then I'm going to check resistance of everyone. So this is a spark plug of cylinder number 1. Okay, these are the spark plugs which I have removed. As you can see, this is spark plug number 1, and this is 2. This is 3, but as you can see the spot, I'm not sure, that could be due to the high temperature or whatever. And this is the 4th one, but actually the carbon is not built on any of them, which I was suspecting. So anyway, I was wrong so far, that the carbon is not built on any of them to make them short to ground. When I ask the customer that the spark plugs are very, very clean, they are not deposited by carbon, and he told me this is the new spark plug we installed before bringing the vehicle to you. So the old spark plug is removed. That was actually very, very crowded by carbon deposit, the customer said. Okay, so this one is all right. As you can see, no short to ground. If you put here, so the resistance of the electrode, inner electrode or positive electrode is 5.4 kilowatt. So this is number one. This is number two. This is number three. And this is number four. So spark plugs are all right. So let me check the positive electrode resistance. So this one 4.26 kilo ohms. Third one third one 5.12 kilo ohms. Fourth one 5.25 kilo ohms, which is okay. So not sure what is the next step is going to be. So when I look at here, so the other possibility is that so I'm going to put spark plugs back in. Okay, this is the live data of the oxygen sensor bank 1, sensor 2, which is post cut sensor, and the air fuel ratio sensor, which is bank 1 sensor 1 right now. And as you can hear that the engine has started. So if I go back and look for treble code, okay, it's right now random misfire cylinder 1 misfire detected. So it's okay, as you can see, spark is occurring in number 1, number 2 and number 1 cylinder, as you can see. Now I'm going to delete all fault codes and move this ignition coil with the spark plug to number 3 and number 2 ignition coil with spark plugs to number 4. Okay, I have moved number 1 to number 3 and number 2 to number 4. Now I'm going to delete fault codes. Okay, I'm going to clear fault code. Okay, no fault code in the engine ECU. Okay, here as you can see, no fault code. Now I'm going to watch and see that the fault code is returning or not, any fault code of them. And if the fault codes have returned, then I'm going to see that the fault code, what cylinder they are related to. Okay, engine is running. As you can see, engine management light is off, and now I'm going to check if there is any fault code stored again. So one fault code in the engine control unit. Okay, I have swapped the ignition coils and spark plugs. So number one ignition coil and spark plugs were moved to number 3, and number 2 ignition coil and spark plugs were moved to number 4. So now I'm going to check that what fault code can we have. Okay, now it says that cylinder number 2 is misfiring. So now no cylinder number 1 fault code was detected. So it means that the spark plug and the ignition coil is okay. That could be problem with the compression. And also I'm going to wait until the engine starts again. The fault code is still pending. Still pending code is. Okay, as you can see, the engine is running. When I put the vehicle into reverse gear, the noise goes away. If I put in P, noise starts. If I put in R, noise goes away. If I put in N, then the noise returns again. If I put in D, then the noise comes back. So it's in N. As you can see, I put in N. As you can see, it's sometime Okay, the noise has gone, not completely off, but little bit. And as you can see here, the misfiring is not occurring at all. So as you can see, the gear selector is in position, as you can see there. And if I go there, as you can see, the engine is running smooth, but some noise is coming from there, from the gearbox side, and the vehicle is in N position, as you can see. Now I'm going to move the vehicle into P position. As you can see, as soon as I move the vehicle to P position, the rattling or banging, loud banging noise starts again. If I move that to N, now the loud banging noise has gone away. If I move even to N, now look, now it has gone. And this is the misfiring counting value. It's not increased at all. So look, if I move that to P position, look, and if I move that back to R, the noise has gone. If I move that to N, the look, noise started, and that's going to be reduced. Look, the vehicle is now in N position, so in neutral, as you can see, and the noise is not that much louder. Okay, engine management light has gone on. The engine management light has returned back to on. If I go back, so okay, just the history on this. As you can see, we got 7 fault codes again in the engine ECU. Look, it's again cylinder 1 misfire detected, cylinder 2, cylinder 2. It's the same fault code which we had before, even though we swapped the ignition coil and the spark plugs from number 1 and 2 to 3 and 4, but the fault code is still the same. I was going to find out if there is a EGR valve installed on this vehicle, on this engine, which is 2AZ-FXE. When I searched on the internet, so the internet gives me this information. It says yes, the Toyota 2AZ-FXE engine has an exhaust gas recirculation valve. But unfortunately, even I searched everywhere online if I can't find the image of the EGR valve to find that on the engine, but unfortunately I couldn't find that on the engine as well. The other problem is with this vehicle, because the code is 2AZ-FXE, there is no one word information available in the United Kingdom in the O2 data. This is another problem, because these vehicles, the 2AZ-FXE engines are installed on hybrid vehicles, and unfortunately we don't have any data or information or service manual for this vehicle. Then I decided to check the fuel injectors in case the fuel injectors are blocked. So then I was called by the customer, and the customer, when I tell the customer that I'm going to check the fuel injectors for blockage, because the space is very restricted on this vehicle, and that's going to be very hard to get access to the fuel injectors. When I gave update to the customer yesterday, and the customer surprised me with this image. Customer sent me this image, and he said that friend of mine has filled the fuel tank up, and he took this picture, and as you can see, the diesel price is also 140, and the momentum fuel or premium quality fuel unleaded fuel is also 143.9, and also he has put 36.97 liters, and as you can see the price is actually matched either with the momentum quality and the diesel quality together. So when I saw this picture, and I straight away suspect that they may have put diesel instead of the momentum quality unleaded or premium quality petrol. So now I'm going to skip the injector fuel injector blockage test. So I'm going to drain the fuel tank. Okay, as you can see, I have exposed the top of the fuel pump, and I'm going to drain that out completely. Then put new approximately 20 liters of petrol in the fuel tank and start the vehicle, and see if we can succeed to fix this vehicle. I am really struggling with this vehicle, because the behavior of the fault or symptom is changing constantly, and as you saw in the video as well. So Now we are going to drain the fuel tank out completely. Okay, we have checked the fuel tank in case they had put wrong fuel, but that this is not the case. As you can see, it's going to dry quickly. Look, it's not diesel, it's petrol. Look, my let me again see it. Look, it has dried completely. Okay, so no wrong fuel. The fuel or the right fuel or correct fuel. This time we are going to check the fuel injectors. Okay, as we check the fuel contamination and the fuel was okay. Now I'm going to check the fuel injectors to enrich the mixture of the engine or the fuel system when the engine is running, and see if that can change, the long-term fuel trim. As you can see now, it's positive 20.3, and also we will see if that can stop the misfiring. It's on closed loop, as you can see. Okay, now I'm going to enrich the fuel system. The fuel system, let's see the fuel term, it's still 20, positive 20. I spread brake cleaner to the induction port to make the air fuel mixture richer. So in case if there is any injector blocked, that would eliminate the leaner fuel air mixture condition. So when we added or sprayed brake cleaner to the induction port, it didn't change the situation of the banging noise and engine misfiring. So then we know that the injectors are not blocked. If any injector was blocked, then adding extra brake cleaner to the induction port would have eliminated the misfiring and the banging noise if that was due to the lean air fuel mixture. But this one didn't change, and the banging noise also did not change at all. Since spite of that, I have put plenty of brake cleaner into the induction system, but it didn't sort the problem out. Now we are going to check the compression pressure. This is cylinder number 1 compression pressure. cylinder number 2. Cylinder number 2. Cylinder number 3. Okay, that was cylinder number 3. Cylinder number 4. Okay, this one is in good condition. As you can see, it's 75 psi compared to the rest. But as you can see, let me zoom that out. Engine is shaking but not rattling. There is no rattling noise. This compression is showing for the cylinder number 4. I'm going to turn the engine off because the injector is operating. Okay, as you saw, that let me wait for a little bit, and I'm going to connect the scanner, and I'm going to bring the misfiring live data on the scanner screen and see. So this one is removed, so we will have cylinder number 4 misfiring, and see if there is any misfire for the other 3 cylinders. So I'm going to connect the scanner. Okay, as you can see, we have brought the misfiring live data on the scanner, and I'm going to zero this one. Okay, now I'm going to put the vehicle that the engine can be in a position that the vehicle can be started. Okay, in spite of that, as you can see, I have removed the one spark plug, but the misfiring is not registering here, and the engine is running. As you can see now, cylinder number 1 misfiring is registering, and also 4 as well. So I'm going to turn the engine off. Let me put that in record position. Cylinder 4 misfiring is registered, as you can see. One time. Okay. When the ignition coil, when the spark is not occurring in cylinder number 4, so the rattling noise is disappearing, as you can see here. So only misfire occurs in cylinder number 4. So I'm going to put everything back together and start the engine again and see. So I'm going to put the number 4 cylinder spark plugs back on, or install that one back. Okay, now I have put the number 4 spark plugs back on, and I'm going to start the engine now with all spark plugs and ignition coils installed. Okay, as you can see, as I have put spark plug number 4 and the misfiring is started, and here, as you can see, right now misfiring is occurring in cylinder number 4. Okay, let me. Now I'm going to show you the vehicle engine misfiring while you're driving the vehicle. So I connected scanner to the vehicle and brought the live data on the scanner screen, and while I was driving I recorded that, and you see that the cylinder number 1 is misfiring, and that can be shown on the scanner screen while you're driving the vehicle. Shaking, 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 not shaking, not shaking, shaking, shaking. shaking, 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 not shaking, not shaking. Shaking, 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 not shaking, shaking, not shaking, not shaking. Shaking, 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 not shaking, not shaking, 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 not shaking, not shaking. Shaking, 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 not shaking, not shaking, not shaking. Shaking, 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 shaking. Engine is running, shaking, shaking, shaking. Right now, engine is idling, but the misfiring is not occurring, but I can hear something. Okay, misfiring is not occurring right now, as you can see here, but engine is shaking, but not banging like it was before. That's the misfiring counting figures, which is 0 right now. And let me go out. Okay, as you can see, misfiring is not occurring, but the engine is shaking. and I can hear some noise. Engine is shaking. Misfire. One time misfire. Cylinder number 16. So number of misfiring is occurring in cylinder number 1. So when the misfiring counting figure reaches now it's 3, but I'm not sure up to what figure the misfiring is going to start from 1 again. Okay, as you can see here, we have got every cylinder compression value here written, and the different in percentages too high. In spite of that, we didn't have manufacturer specification to check the compression pressure, but we used another same capacity engine, which is 2AZ-FXE, and that's 2.4. We use this engine compression pressure manufacturer specification and compared with our engine. So our engine is 2AZ-FXE, which is not used in the United Kingdom. This engine is only used on hybrid vehicle in Japan and in United States. And also we gave the vehicle back to the customer because we tried variety of test method, but unfortunately we didn't reach to a clear decision. And also the customer wanted either, if the gearbox is suspected to be renewed or replaced, or if the engine is suspected to be replaced, and the customer wanted a warranty for that. And as you saw the entire procedure, we said to the customer that until you haven't fixed the misfiring problem, and you won't be able to diagnose or find another problem, because this misfiring and rattling and banging noise is the barrier. We have to fix that. And this is caused, unfortunately, by the extra oil burned out in the combustion chamber, and the extra oil was sucked by PCV system, and that burned out. And unfortunately, this extra burning oil carbonized the compression ring and oil ring, so the compression and oil ring were jammed. So for this reason, the compression pressure was too low. So we said to the customer, we have to eliminate or fix the misfiring problem, and then after that we can diagnose any other problem if that's existed in the gearbox. In spite of that, we didn't have any DTC or fault code in the transmission or the gearbox, but when we saw the variety or changing the symptom of the fault, we couldn't guarantee for the customer that might be fixed only by fixing the engine problem. And also, if you want to fix the engine problem, that has to be dismantled, and so dismantling the engine will lead to a proper procedure which is required. Then so in some comment that viewer asked what happened to the vehicle. So we didn't fix the vehicle. The vehicle was taken by the customer and fixed and repaired. So the customer wanted to just replace the engine if that can fix the entire problem, and he wanted warranty for that, and unfortunately we were not able to give this type of warranty. So we were not sure if the problem is also existed in the gearbox, because engine was preventing as engine symptom or problem was preventing us to check whether the gearbox is healthy or not. So for this reason, the customer took his vehicle back without repairing.